This one just absolutely boils my piss. This just boils my piss, man. Right, there's a guy, right, he's found out that he's got a terminal illness. Basically, doctor sat down and just went, that's it, big man. That's it, you've had your time, you're on your way out. You know, there's no cure for this, just do, we can make you comfortable. We can make you comfortable. So the man knows he's dying, knows he's on his way out, so he's going to do his bucket list, and one of the things that he always wanted to do was mooney a speed camera, right? Absolutely juvenile as fuck. Would I do it? Yeah, fucking hell yeah, I would mooney a speed camera. Yeah, that's funny, right? That is a funny fucking thing to do for your fucking, bucket list. Now come and see what the cops fucking did to him.
Sarah, come and tell him. Come and tell him that turn me.
Yeah. No. You can't. Jasmine.
I won't be able to breathe like this. I'm terminally ill with multiple system atrophy.
We'll stand you up, so just listen to the...
Look at all of that. Like, how many? I can see there's 6 officers, 2 standing to the side and 4 on the guy. 4 officers to bring down a terminally ill man. Right, looks like he's on a bit, man. Looks like he's in his 50s, possibly 60s or something, right? Man's terminally ill, and is he a violent thug? Did he mug someone? Did he assault someone? Was it assault with a deadly weapon? Was it any of those things? No, he moonied a fucking speed camera. He moonied a speed camera, and that was the police response. Absolutely fucking disgusting.
The officers.
You're under arrest on suspicion of injury and exposure. And
I mooned a speed camera. I mooned a speed camera.
Okay, well that's a significant statement that you just made to us.
Yeah, I'm quite happy to say that because it was one off my bucket list. I've just been diagnosed on the 19th of October with multiple system atrophy. I'm terminally ill. I've got a very short time to live. And it was one off my bucket list. Haven't you ever wanted to moon a speed camera?
No, I haven't.
Well, I did.
There is some damage unfortunately.
These are going to get...
Well, I did. Fucking, I like him, right? And it turns out there's actually 7 officers. 7 officers for this old, terminally ill man for mooning a speed camera. Right, we can get into a little bit of why the police did this in a moment, right? We'll watch the rest of the video. This is fucking disgraceful, man. Look at that, got him down in the mud.
Parkinson's disease, heart failure, stage 3 kidney disease. I'm pretty asthmatic and I've also got multi-system atrophy.
We'll try and get you up, but you've got to listen to the officers.
Let them be nice now that the cameras are on them. Aye, fuck off.
Ready, 2, 2, 3.
He is the embodiment of North FC though, isn't he? I mooney Dungubu. Alright. Now, Jesus Christ, what a reaction for such a tiny little fucking minor thing. Now, few things that we can go into right now. The whole, but he brought his arse out in public. What if there was children there? It's an arse, right? There's nothing fucking sexual about a man's arse, right? When a man pulls his arse out, he is meaning to cause offence, right? And there has been arrests that have happened for it. And back in the day, people used to get put in the sex offenders register for it. And there's been cases in the past in Scotland where the football fans of one team are in one bus and the football fans of another team are in another bus. And what do? They fucking put their asses against the window while they're all going like that to the other guys, right? That's funny, right? There's no, hey, I'm going to expose my arse to kids. There's none of that shit in there, right? They're doing it just to be funny and to cause offence, right? I'm sorry, but see a bunch of guys mooning, right? That's funny. Right, the intent of that is comedy and fucking obviously offending whoever you're doing it to, right? So see how that whole, if there's kids, it's just a man's ass, right? And the kids know that he's doing it just to be offensive and all that shit. But people did used to get put in the sex offenders register for that. However, they did away with that because they realised they weren't doing it for a sexually offensive way. They were just basically they were mooning somebody, right? It's an insult. There was also people back in the day who got put on the sex offenders register for peeing in a park, right? And what would happen is they would get brought in front of the judge. He exposed himself in a park. Oh, and out, with no context. That does sound very bad. But then you hear the actual, facts of the case, and he was walking home from the pub. He was drunk, needed a piss because beer does that. So he went into the park at 4 in the morning and took a piss in a bush. You know, there are no kids in the park at 4 in the morning, right? Should he have done it out in the street? Should he have done it out in the street? So he went into the park because parks are fucking empty at night. There's no kids in there. He went into the bush to have a piss, but no, straight on the sex offenders register. Oh, he should have held it in until he got home. You've obviously never had 8 beers and tried to walk home. 8 pints and try to walk home, you are not making it home. You are pissing at least once. You are pissing at least once on the way back. Now, apart from like all of that aside, what is with the extreme response that happened to this guy? Like, obviously, 7 cops for this one guy. What the fuck was that about? He mocked authority. That is why. He moonied a speed camera, as in he moonied and insulted the police. Right? That is the whole ha ha ha, come and get me like type of thing. And the cops went, all right then, and made an extreme response. Now, why did the cops do that? Well, that is because people have to be terrified of authority. You're not allowed to mock authority because mocking authority is extremely powerful. Why do you think China and all these other like authoritarian places come down so hard on jokes? That was like one of the videos we spoke about the other day. Like that Chinese guy that posted a video of a police officer. Like he posted like Doge, right? But he was dressed as a Chinese cop and pointing at the camera. And alright, that boy get fucking 9 days in jail for posting that meme. Why? He made fun of authority. And the reason for that is, if you can make fun of authority, then it becomes a joke. It becomes less scary. It sort of loses its teeth. It dulls the blade of its primary weapon. And authority is fully aware of that. Authority is fully aware that, you know, the power of it, mockery, derision, satire, making fun of them. They are aware of the power that has, and authority does not want that. It wants you to be afraid of it. So, when you mock authority in such a way, like for example, pulling your arse out to a speed camera, well, they're going to come after you in a hard way. They are going to really put the boots on you and literally put the knees into your back, figuratively and literally, as we can see from this video, to make sure that you never do anything like that again. Make sure that you don't ever feel like you can mock authority. They saw a little man here that stepped out of line from the way that they would like things to be, and they want to make sure that he never ever does anything like that again. They want to really make sure that he learns his lesson, and to anyone watching, this is what will happen to you if you dare mock us. Authority, you know, for all the power that it has, is very weak. It's very weak. The fact that it will do such a huge response to such a tiny little minor thing, well, I'm just saying. Paper tiger.